Welcome guys to another video. My name is Zacarias Tompo. I'm from Telkom University Jakarta campus, and today I'll be sharing a story about myself learning the value of perseverance. Perseverance, based off of the dictionary from Oxford Languages, means persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. So basically, perseverance is the ability to endure hardships in life, whether it's mentally or physically. Today I'll be sharing some of my life stories, learning the value of perseverance, and I hope from this story it can resonate with some of the viewers who are facing certain hardships and give them hope to endure whatever they're facing, because I believe everything you face, every hardship you face in life is a stepping stone for a better you, for a stronger you in the future. Alright, so let's start from the very beginning of what I consider to be the hardest period of my life. I was in the end of elementary school. I was part of a taekwondo club when I was at school, when I was in elementary school, ever since like 5th grade, I'm pretty sure. And we used to practice every Saturday. I was already yellow stripe, which is like the 3rd level. I always felt like I could do more in taekwondo, because the taekwondo practice, the instructor only gives like basic instructions and routines, because well, it's a school club, it's pretty natural for that, but I yearned for more. So there was a time where half of the elementary school, like the lobby where we practiced taekwondo, it underwent renovation, therefore the taekwondo club cannot continue. I don't know why don't they just relocate. Like the master back then just stopped for like a whole 3 months, I'm pretty sure. After like 6 months, my grandma was watching TV one day, and she was watching a news report. I'm pretty sure it's from Metro TV. They were interviewing Safira Rahayu, who was a pretty well-known national level athlete back then. They left like a contact person thing in the section below the news thing. You see those all the time. We decided to go on like a Sunday afternoon after church to the taekwondo place, the dojang. The master greeted us and showed us around, and I was looking at everyone. I was like, wow, everyone here looks so battle hardened. Like, no joke, it was a culture shock for me pretty much. And then I saw them spar, which is kind of scary at first, because well, they didn't really have that much protective gear because of finance issues, I'm pretty sure, back then. So people were like suffering injuries left and right, bleeding from here, bleeding from there. But I wasn't I was scared somewhat. Well, I mean, I was a kid, so yeah, that makes kind of makes sense. But at the same time, I was very intrigued, and I asked my mom if I can join this, and she's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." When I was thrown into the mix, I just cannot compete with everyone else because they were just so much better than I was. And like, I remember the very first day of me entering the club, I was immediately paired with one of the seniors who just gave me a nosebleed. That happened for like every week. There were literally times where I was scared in the weekdays to enter Sunday, because on Sunday it's gonna be the taekwondo, and I'm scared of, I'm not really scared of getting beaten up. It's just the mental thing, It's like, oh man, I keep losing. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of a fear. And then at the same time, back then my dad used to like scold me whenever I lose and stuff. It was just not the best feeling, like you went to a club, like a taekwondo club, you got beaten up, and then you go home, you expect it to be like, oh, it's okay, you'll get them next time. But no, they're like, he was like, how did you lose? Well, I don't know, like, some see it as tough love, I see it as tough love, but back then it was really not the best thing to do to me, not gonna lie, because like it redirected my fear pretty much. Like, when like I was just fearing of my mental going down because of me losing. Now it's just me being scared of my dad's gonna scold me if I lose. So like it's just a repetitive cycle for years. Like, if I lose, I'm gonna get scolded. If I win, I'm not gonna get scolded. So yeah, the pressure's on. It was really tough. I'm kind of glad that he did push me that far, because I was like probably one of the youngest, well, not really the youngest, but like one of the lowest belts to enter a city level competition. Like, I was literally a white belt in a city level competition. Everyone, like, here, look at this picture. The guy who is like on top, who is the first place winner, he's black belt, and I won against a red belt. Like, for context, red is below black. Yeah, my god, I was so good back then. What happened to me now? Jokes aside, yeah, it was pretty interesting, and I started training with like the city team. It was, oh my god, it was genuinely the most tiresome and exhausting thing that I've ever endured until this day. Like, no joke. Nowadays, whenever, like, I take 2 degrees, and some of my friends even ask, don't I get tired or exhausted doing 2 degrees? I just think back to what I used to do in Taekwondo days and go like, nah, this is fine. I've dealt with worse. Like, to put into perspective, back then, my school starts at like 6:30, I'm pretty sure. Like, it was advised to enter at 6:30 because of, well, prayer and stuff. It was a Catholic school. But yeah, I woke up at 5, go to school, arrive at 6:30, and then school was gonna be from 6:45 till most of the time it's 3 or 4 p.m. because of, extracurricular. And then my mom's gonna pick me up kind of late. It was gonna be like 4:30 or 5 p.m. And then I just set, like, prepare my day. So, like, if I was like picked up at like 5 p.m., I'm gonna be late to my city level practice, because away from home or school, from there to the practice place, it's around 40 minutes. That's not accounting for traffic, by the way. Yeah, in a good day, you go home at 4, and then you go home, rest for a bit, prepare your Taekwondo stuff, prepare dinner, because if I go home, if I have dinner at home, I won't have time to do anything else. So I prepared dinner, and then we went to the practice place, and we practiced from 6 to 10. 4 whole hours of Taekwondo practice after a long day at school. What? And the worst part is, that was daily. It was pretty much daily. The only day I have off was Monday, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was 6 days a week. It was painful. It was very much painful. And yeah, it was, wow, it was just excruciating. So I got off at like, we finished Taekwondo practice at like 10, and then I eat dinner. I go home at 11. Sometimes we reach home at 12. I do homework till 2 a.m. I sleep, wake up tomorrow at 5. 3 hours of sleep. It's not really healthy. I would not recommend this. But yeah, there are times where I just want to give up. Everything feels so heavy. It's so tiresome. I don't feel appreciated by my dad enough, because, well, if you lose, you're gonna get scolded. It was just so much pain, man. Yeah, but through all of that, I just kept praying, asking God for strength, seeking comfort from my mom, and just, well, we just ball. We just power through. Like, it's a responsibility that I need to do. So, yeah, I just endured everything. In the end, I prevailed. I prevailed stronger than before. Mentally and physically. I finally got abs. Yay! That's like the one thing that I always wanted ever since I was like a toddler. And yeah, I became stronger mentally too. Like, every challenges I face nowadays, I'm like, nah, I'd win. Ironically. But yeah, it was painful. It just shaped me, I guess. It shaped me the way I don't think anything else would. Would I relive that period of my life? Absolutely not. no thanks. I wouldn't even wish my worst enemy into that lifestyle, not gonna lie. That's just how bad it was to me. But yeah, I prevailed. It made me stronger, it made me wiser. It just shaped me, turned me better. It just made me better, made me more powerful too, both in mind and spirit. And yeah, nowadays I am glad that I can look back at that as like a chapter of my life that I have overcame. Now I'm already a black belt and I'm already an instructor. I also do kickboxing now, which is fun. So yeah, every single day I thank God for everything that has happened. Be it joy or sorrow, everything correlates to make you a better version of yourself. So to whoever is enduring this, to whoever is experiencing this right now, similar things like this, whether it be in your family life or your school, university, or work, or just your day-to-day life, remember, everything correlates to make a better you. The choice is in your hands, whether you want to give up or you endure and be stronger and be a better version of you at a later date. Because I believe in you, and you should too. Just keep doing your best and let God do the rest. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.